Hello friends, welcome to my channel Clinical Biochemistry by Dr. P.K. Prabhakar. Today we are going to talk about the new vaccine which is approved by the Indian government and DGCA for the emergency use in India, that is Sputnik V, and that is from the Russian vaccines. This was developed by the Russian Defense Academy. So we will see some of the important features first, and then we'll go see the mechanism, how this vaccine was developed and how this vaccine works, what is the basic difference with other vaccines which we are using in India, and then its clinical trials and how much, what are the compositions and all other details, we will see it. So as you know, we are having two vaccines already we are using in India, that is Covaxin and Covishield. Covaxins which has used the inactivated virus, so their whole coronavirus in the inactivated forms has been used, and second one is Covishield, which was developed by AstraZeneca and Oxford University. There we have used viral vector, means there we have used adenovirus from the chimpanzee as a vector. So this Sputnik virus is the world's first registered vaccines. So Russia has approved for the use or for the development of the vaccine against the COVID-19 in August 2020, when whole world was fighting against this COVID-19. That time Russian government had approved for the development of this Sputnik V. This Sputnik V, actually this name came from the first satellite launched by Australian government. From that it is coming from the Sputnik V, and it is V, it is not the Roman letter 5, so it is called as Sputnik V, it is pronounced. This vaccines, it is the country in India third DGCA approved vaccines against the SARS-CoV-2 other than Covaxin and Covishield. So already I have told you, this vaccine was developed by Gamaleya Research Institute of Epidemiology and Microbiology of Russia along with Russian development organizations. So because of it was developed by Gamaleya Research Institute, so that's why its name is GAM and COVID and vaccine. So this vaccine Sputnik V is also called as GAM COVID vaccine. This Sputnik V is an adenovirus viral vector vaccines. The basic difference I will tell you when we will talk about the mechanism. That time I will tell you how this Sputnik V adenovirus vector vaccines is developed different from the Covishield vaccine, that is also adenovirus vector vaccines, and we will tell you how this is different from that Covishield. On 2nd February 2021, the interim reports from the phase 3 clinical trials had been published in the Lancet journals, and there it has been told that it has been said that its efficacy is 91.6% efficacy without any unusual side effects. So out of these three vaccines which we are using in India, this Sputnik V is having the highest efficacy. We have seen that Covaxin has roughly 81% efficacy, Covishield has shown different 71 to 74% efficacy, and this Sputnik V is having 91.6. So out of all the three vaccines which we are using in India, this is having the highest efficacy. So this is how this Sputnik V has been developed. So first they have taken this human adenovirus, not the chimpanzee adenovirus. Remember, Covishield was developed by using chimpanzee adenovirus as a vector. Here it is human adenovirus. So human adenovirus has been taken, which normally going to cause common cold and flu like symptoms. So this adenovirus was modified, so its pathogenic or replicative genes which is responsible for its replicative natures, that is going to be removed, that is going to be modified. So now this human adenovirus is non-replicative, it is a recombinant forms of vector. So this recombinant virus which is modified, whose replicative properties have been lost, in that one SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, so it's the RNA from this SARS-CoV-2 has been taken, which is responsible for the spike protein, and that spike protein genes RNA has been inserted into this human adenovirus modified. So this behaves as the human adenovirus which contains the spike protein RNA. So this will be used as a vector, and once this will be injected into a persons or any vaccinated people, so this RNA is going to develop proteins. It will generate the proteins, and that protein will immunize things. This is the basic feature of how this viral vectored vaccines works, especially in this case, because here basic mechanism for all the viral vectored vaccine is the same. Only difference is in case of Covishield, their chimpanzee adenovirus has been used, and here we have used human adenovirus. Another basic difference in this case is in the case of Sputnik V is this is two different vector has been used. So in this case, whenever it is a 2-dose vaccines, so you have to take 2 dose of vaccine will be taken. That will be after the 21 days gap. Now, so for the both the dosage, they have used two different adenovirus. In the case of for first dose, they have used AD26 strains serotypes, and for dose 2 they have used AD5. So it is called as recombinant AD26S, and this is called as recombinant AD5S. So this is two different adenovirus has been used. What is the advantages of this two vector technology? That also I'll tell you. So in both the cases, only the packing material, the adenovirus which they have used as a packing material as a vector, that has been modified, but both contains the spike protein genes. So when either you are going to take the first dose or you are going to take the second dose, the spike protein will be reached to the host body, and that will give the spike protein expressed. So first vaccinations, once you a person is going to take this first vaccines, because this is a live virus, it is a replication deficient adenovirus which are not going to replicate, but it is a live virus. So because of this live virus, this adenovirus will have certain capsid proteins. So our immune system is going to produce antibody not only against the spike protein, but also against this capsid proteins of the adenovirus. So in the first dose, when a person has taken the AD26 as a vaccines, so the host body will produce antibody against this AD26 virus. If we are going to take the same virus in the second dose also, so this virus will be degraded, this virus will be trapped by this immunoglobulins against this capsid proteins. But what they have done it, in the case of second vaccinations which will be taken after 21 days, they have used a second virus. So the capsid material or capsid protein is completely different. So whatever antibodies will be produced against this AD26 will not work on this one. So this virus will not be, the second dose virus will not be degraded, or it will not be trapped by antibodies, immunoglobulins, but it will produce the S protein, spike protein, and that will activate the immune system. So this is a unique type of two vector technology used by Gamaleya Center for making Russian vaccines, which is different from the other virus vectored vaccines. So roughly most of the cases wherever they have used for COVID, they have used the two viral vectored vaccines. They have used the same virus capsid for both the doses, but here it is two different vector technology has been used. What are the ingredient for every dosage? If you see it, this is for first dose, which is containing the replicative deficient adenovirus of serotype 26, which contains the S protein of SARS-CoV-2. Other than this one, there are some preservatives, some other adjuvants are there, like tris-ammonomethane, sodium chloride, sucrose, magnesium chloride, hydroxylase, ethanol, polysorbents, and EDTA. So roughly other components are same in the case of first dose and second dose. So this is first dose and this is second dose. So if you can see every component is same except the viral capsid protein, the adenovirus. So here it is serotype 26, here it is serotype 5. That is the basic difference between the two dose. So, and because of this one, it is called as two vectored vaccines. So they have used two different vectors for both the dosage, and that is unique feature of this Sputnik V vaccines. Well, they have done the different clinical trials. Phase 1 clinical trials they have started in roughly in 18 June 2020. I have told you this is one of the earliest vaccines which was developed and which was got the approval for the testing. For their phase 1 and phase 2 clinical trials on September 4th, 2020, they have published data for on the 76 participants for phase 1 and phase 2 clinical trials, and there it has been shown that they are working and its safety and immune response has been shown. But the whole scientific community of throughout the world has challenged their data, and they have told that these data are incomplete, suspicious and unreliable. But later on, as government has approved, so it has been considered. Then phase 3 clinical trials, which was randomized double blind placebo controlled phase 3 in the 25 different hospitals and polyclinics of Moscow, it has been done on roughly 22,000 volunteers, and it is scheduled up to May 2021. So in this case, participants age at least 18 years, who has normally, this is the inclusion criteria, who is going to take vaccines. So minimum age should be 18 years. He should have negative SARS-CoV-2 PCR and IgG immunoglobulins antibodies, negative antigen antibody test, no infectious disease in the 14 days before the enrollment, and no other vaccination has been done 30 days before this enrollment. So in 2020-2021 phase 3 clinical trial studied were begin and conducted in Belarus, United Arab Emirates, India and Venezuela. On last February 2021, 2nd February, they have published an interim report in the Lancet journal, and there they have shown that it is having 91.6% efficacy without any unusual side effects. This is the detail about the phase 3 clinical trial which has done in the Russia. Again, this is two different viruses they have used, recombinant adenovirus 5, recombinant adenovirus 26 as a first dose, and 5 was the second dose. So this trial was conducted on roughly, I have told you, 22,000. So it was conducted on 21,977 volunteers and randomized 3:1 in the rough vaccine taken people were 3, and 1 part will be the placebo groups. So this is the total number, how many placebo and how many vaccine taking groups was there. So mean age was 45, 10% were above 60 and 25% with comorbidities. In the case, they have given the 2 doses of vaccines of 21 days apart, and that vaccine was adenovirus vector vaccines carrying the gene for the full length SARS-CoV-2 glycoprotein S, means spike protein S. In the case of control, 2 days of placebo vaccines buffered administered again 21 days apart, and after that one it has been confirmed that it is going to roughly 91.6% efficacy rate was there. So that has been confirmed after 21 days, and the best effect can be seen from 28 to 48 days. In between this day, the maximum titer of the antibody will be there, means highest efficacy will be there, and this data was published in this journal on 2nd February 2021. And in this case, there are no any side effects has been observed by the groups. Some of the important features of the Sputnik V: this vaccine is a colorless, slightly brown and slightly opaque, and particularly pH of roughly 6.6. It can be stored at normal refrigerating temperature, that is 2 to 8 degrees centigrade, as we can use for our normal Indian vaccines also, like Covishield, Covaxin can also be stored at plus minus 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. The vaccine should not be frozen, it should be protected from the lights, and once open it can be used as fast as possible, roughly within the 6 hours of time. Whatever cost has been, its international cost is roughly $10 for per dose. So because this vaccine will be taken in 2 doses, so roughly it will be $20. This is for international markets, but in India this vaccines has been approved, or Dr. Reddy's Lab and Panacea Biotech has got the approval for the production of these vaccines. So maybe the vaccines will be slightly come at the cheaper rate. When vaccination, we are going for vaccination. If we have any kind of sign and symptom which is listed here, like we have any kind of allergic reactions for any of the ingredient for any vaccines like Covishield or Covaxin or any other vaccine or vaccine ingredient, or if we have fever or bleeding disorders, or if we are going to take any kind of blood thinners, if we are immunocompromised, or we are going to take any immunosuppressive drugs, or pregnancy or lactating moments, or have received any other COVID vaccines. So we have to inform all the information to the vaccinator doctor who is going to vaccinate us. So if we don't have any of these things, then the 2 doses of vaccines to be taken in the deltoid muscles of the upper arm and 21 days apart. So that is the vaccine taken part. Efficacy, I have told you, it is efficacy is 91.6% efficacy, no side effects, and there are some reports that 4 people had died during the phase 3 clinical trials. So because the vaccination has been done in 22,000 people, and out of those 22,000, 4 people had died, and it was confirmed that those 4 people not died because of the vaccines. They have some other comorbid effects. One person has died because of the fracture in their cervicals and other regions. So this is some of the information about the Sputnik V. Later on we will come about some more information. Its detailed report will come in the May phase 3 clinical trials, and then we will come with the more details. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. If you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. If you like the video, press the like button, and you can share the video with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.